Well, heck yeah. All right. It's been a while. I haven't been live for a long time. Uh, well, not now. I guess I did some live streaming from my workbench, and in that moment was when a very good friend of mine and one of my moderators, and I appreciate you doing that for me and keeping everything safe and sound. Discovered that I was a diabetic, and we're gonna chat and talk and BS a little bit tonight and just have some fun. Welcome to the stream. Thank you all for being here, and I want to say a big thank you to my number one sponsor, Smiling Bill. Hello, Camellia. I'm gonna do. I want to share a little bit with you guys tonight about some new equipment that I have begun to use in my band. And hello, Jampro. My knees hurt. Bill, Camellia, thanks for being here. Feel free to share this. This is going to be a really interesting live stream. And also, Jampro, hopefully my audio is doing well right now. Please, during this broadcast, if things need to be adjusted, please tell me, because it's been a while since I've done something like this. So I'm hopeful that I've got my audio dialed in. My voice should be pretty good and solid right now. Just let me know if anything's clipping or if the background music that I'm playing along with isn't loud enough. Let me know. I would love to turn my my DAW over to you to let you mix. And y'all, if you're not aware, I know many of you, most of you here know who Jamprosound is. He has a wonderful channel and he's a very good friend of mine. And okay, thank you. He's one of the best mixing and mastering engineers in my circle of friends, which is fairly small, but he is amazing. So hit him up. Be sure to send him an email and go to his channel and subscribe. And again, I want to say a huge thank you to one of my big channel sponsors, Smiling Bill. He's known me since the day I was born. And he's a very good friend of mine. And we both have I'm just going to start off by letting you all know I haven't really talked about this much aside from on my other social media that people know. Bill and I lost to say they're our best friends. They're his best friends. You know, that's probably not a fair thing to say, but two of the most important people in both of our lives. We both are hurting a little bit right now and definitely very sad. So I'm going to try and keep from being too emotional about this. But I lost my Uncle Steve and I lost my friend, I guess you could call him my uncle, Stephen Kairos, who Stephen Kairos is the man who gave me this guitar. And I played this guitar the day it came home from the guitar shop, the day he bought it. And about 25 years later, he gave it to me as a gift for helping him out with some recordings. So I'm going to play a little bit right now just to get warmed up before I get too far ahead. And I'm going to tune my guitar up real quick just to make sure. And you should be able to see my my Tone Master Pro down here. And yes, I have it on the floor. It's a foot pedal. It's not a desk pedal. So I'm going to try and do a demo of this in a practical application. And Fred says hello to everybody. How you doing, buddy? Fred has been dealing with a bit of a nasal congestion thing where he's gotten this snotty nose. And I've taken him to the vet a few times. Let's see. Imagine that. Boom. Sounds great in stereo. And I found some stuff. I've taken him to the vet and he's gotten steroid shots and antibiotic shots, and they clear him up for a few days or a week or so. And then he gets the snot nose again. And so I found some stuff, some information online about decongestants for cats. And I've been using it for about a week now with him, and remarkably, it has really done the trick for him. He still sneezes a little bit, but anyway, I may give you the info on that. But let me tune my guitar real quick. We'll get it going here. A little sharp. It's cooling off in here a little bit, so I'm going to be playing this Strat for most of the broadcasts tonight. So. I'm gonna play along with the backing track, and Justin, if you would let me know how things are sounding, I'm gonna try and do a little bit of playing along with the backing track. Let me know if I need to turn the backing tracks up or down, or bring my guitar up or whatever. Here we go. We'll see how this works. Okay, that seems a bit loud, but bring that backing track down just a bit. Seems a little bit hot. I'm probably right. Track is much louder, yeah. I'm gonna try and balance this out a little bit. Oh boy. Okay. Just gonna pick a few of these here to get going. How are we sounding tonight? Dialed sounds great. Great. Okay. Now I'm gonna be switching from different to different projects. So, but it sounds pretty good to my headphones too. I should be hearing about what you're. Gussie Waltz. Let me say hello to everybody. Zach. Hello, my brother Zach. It's good to see you, man. Okay. Also, I have a new thing in my life that's very important, and it's this. This is my insulin pump, and I know I'm totally diverting from the subject matter tonight, but this is a game changer. It is a life changer, and I'm just going to say this once. Every insurance company in the world should buy every single diabetic living today one of these things, and there should be absolutely zero question about it. What this has done is it's allowed me to eat things that I couldn't eat before that are very healthy for me that would improve my health, but I couldn't eat them because I didn't have this device. And right now my blood glucose is 81. I'm looking at it right now. I don't have to poke my finger, right? I'm a guitar player and it's inconvenient. So my blood glucose is at 80. Hey, Fred, now you can't eat that. And also, this thing is so cool. So this little tube that's coming down, Fred, knock it off. I'm going to get him off the desk here in a moment. This little tube coming off of it, he's having too much fun with my insulin pump. I can disconnect this from me. So when I'm playing a live show, which I do a lot, I'm still a working musician, I can take this off and set it aside and not have this little thing being intrusive on me jumping around on stage, which is really super cool. And so there's that. Now, one thing I do want to do real quick, I just realized that I hadn't done that yet. Give me a second here. I'm going to move my my microphone right here. I'm going to get it a little bit further away from me because it's a little bit too loud. So I know that it's probably going smack, boom, bang, and all that stuff, but you know, I'm totally an amateur at all this stuff, so y'all know me. But there we go. That should make my voice a little less banging loud. There we go. That should be a little better. All right. So I'm going to play a little bit more. I've got to get warmed up before I break into some of these new technological advancements that I've made in the recent past. And again, welcome everybody. It's great to see y'all. Let's see. My kitty Gracie is 2 today. Oh, 2? Wow. It's 24. They have 12 years. Well, Fred's like, he, in fact, holy crap. I cannot believe I did this. I totally, today's December 16th, right? Oh, Fred's birthday is literally tomorrow. How cool is that? How old are you going to be tomorrow? How old? How old are you going to be? Tell me. Just snap your fingers or, yeah. Okay, buddy, you're going to have to get down. You want to get over on the keyboard? No? Well, we're going to have to get down because you're right in the middle of the... Oh, there he goes. He had to push play. All right, let's find a different backing track real quick. Let me see. Where are they? My goodness, I've lost track of all my stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm going to find a different backing track here and just play along with a different one. Just to get warmed up. Oops, sorry about that. Here we go. Okay. All right. Okay, so what I've got going here, I've got a little problem. Give me a second to correct this. And you can see me working down here on my my expression pedal, which that's expression touch. Okay, so let's go back to this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it just needed a little bump in the head. Okay, oh, come on. There we go. I'm not quite sure why that did that just then, but it was acting a little bit funky, and you know, nothing's perfect. Here we go. Let's try this again. Let's see. Okay. How we doing? How we doing on audio? Everything sounding all right? I'm losing people because I know this is really boring. Nobody wants to watch somebody play guitar, right? Here we go. So here we're going to move on to some stuff that I've done recently, and I know my microphone just changed a little bit. I'm going to bring that back just a bit. So our band has recently purchased some new equipment, and let's see, this is, okay. This is some equipment that we have, let's see, so we're gonna do that and that. And what it has done, it's called an XR18, still good, thank you. Now this is gonna change a little bit, Justin, so I may need some help here, but it sounded pretty good to me earlier. What we did, we purchased an XR18, which allows us to multi-track record all of our shows, which in turn allows me to come home and mute my guitar track that I recorded at the show and play along with the drums, the bass, and the vocals that the other men in my band have recorded, and allows me to practice my stuff along with an actual live performance. Now, the XR18 is made by Behringer. It is a lower end version of this. There are the Midas versions of it, and the Midas versions are a little more expensive. We wanted to start out with this one. And I think the only difference really is that the Midas has locking XLR inputs. And I have a whole rack over here that I've put together for our live shows. And I need to check my tuning once again real quick. It's time for some new strings on this guitar. I've been playing this a lot. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to play along with a live recording, and just also this track that I'm playing along with. It's Zach. It's good to see you. Okay, I'm going to try this, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you.
guys are amazing. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Nice. So what I'm able to do here is have a little bit of a rehearsal with regard to being able to play along with songs that we've performed live and that we're working on. House music, yeah. And Mike Shanner, hello, man, welcome. It's good to see you. Let's see, I got a new to me, Ibanez. Oh, 335, cool. That's cool. So you can ship it to me, my knees hurt. I'd love to see it. I spent a whole day intonating. Oh, yeah. Dude, that is a very important job. This guitar actually does need to have that done. And I'm gonna change my camera angle just a little bit because it doesn't, I don't think we're seeing the good, yeah, there we go. Mr. Rock, dude, welcome. It's great to see you. Thank you. This was a gift from my friend Steve Kairos. I'll just share this one more time. And Steve Kairos left us about 10 days ago, 20 days ago, and it's been a rough, since September, I have lost far too many friends, and it can end right now. I'm done with all that, but yeah, very, very special guitar for me. So the cool part of this is that I'm able to record these performances live with the band, and then I can go back and mute my guitar. And, you know, that was me playing along with the recording. But if I do this, what we can do here, let me see, how can I do this? Oh, yeah. I'm going to show you what happens here. Let's see if I do this. Let's see, I think I got to do this. Yeah, I think I've muted those. Okay, so this is the same song from the actual night of the performance, just to kind of give you a comparison. And our bass player's name is Aaron, and he is a badass, and he is not somebody that, what's his name, Glenn Fricker could make fun of. So this is the actual guitar part from the actual show. And the actual drum parts and all of that. And there's video of this on my YouTube channel that you can watch. So, you know, it's pretty cool to be able to do this sort of stuff with this new equipment. So we're working on Muse, and I've been practicing. We're not able to get together as often as we would like as a full band. We're four very, very busy men, and that's just the way it goes. So I'm able to come home and practice this stuff. And my drummer is one of the few drummers in the world that actually has his drum kit set up at home that he can record when he wants to. And so it's really cool to have that, for him to have that opportunity to be able to record and play when he wants. And it's super cool. Let's see. Okay, this is, I've got to change now. Here's where the Tone Master Pro kind of comes into play. And I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see what I'm up to here. So this is my Tone Master Pro. This is where all my guitar tone is coming from, right? So now I have to go to my foot switch mode, and I'm looking for a song called Wicked Game. And I push on that, and now I'll be able to play Wicked Game with a recording that I've done in the past. Here we go. This world is only gonna break your heart.
No, I don't wanna fall in love.
This world is only gonna break your heart.
What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love.
This world is only gonna break your heart.
No, I don't wanna fall in love.
This world is only gonna break your heart.
And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. Nobody loves no one.
Yeah. And, you know, it's super fun to be able to rehearse on this stuff because I can make mistakes and I can embarrass myself in front of the entire planet and not do it in front of a paying audience, which is really super cool. Let me, Mike, hang on just a second. Let me put my glasses on here. I think I have my, okay. Let's see. Get the truss rod set screw on the other side. Let's see. I'll read back. Let's see. It's been a whole day and today. That guitar. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to read some of these. I'd rather just leave the guitar that needs work on the bench and play the ones that don't. I hear you on that one. I have the shoekeeper's children. All right. Okay, with the truss rod set screw and the other side. Yes, absolutely. You know, and that's a great question. I hear it a lot. And the thing about taking a neck off of a guitar is that I got to be honest, dude, when I do this, and we can talk about anything, but I'm happy to share this stuff because I know a lot of guys don't live anywhere near a tech that they can trust or that they want to turn their guitar over. They don't want to be away from their guitar for months. When I take a neck off of the guitar, I don't even loosen the strings, especially on a Stratocaster. And on this guitar, to adjust the truss rod, what Mike just pointed out, or Mr. Rock, are you okay with the truss rod? My truss rod adjustment screw is right there. And I modified it so that I could get a screwdriver in there because this guitar is pretty well relicked, right? But I still take the neck off of the guitar. I don't loosen the strings. I pull the screws, pop the neck out, make the small adjustment, put the neck back on. I get the strings all lined up, tune it up, and it works. So if you have that and on one of your guitars, don't waste your time loosening the strings up. All you're doing right there, it's kind of like tying a knot in your string when you string up your guitar. All you've done is make it take longer to take the string off. Yeah, don't loosen the strings. Just pull the neck off and do it. It's very, very easy. Yeah, cool. Wow, I don't really watch Glenn. Yeah. Let's see. I love Glenn, and I've had some pretty good conversations with him over the years. Sounds great. No comments. Okay. Cool. Excellent. So, Glenn, let's see, $2,000. I don't know what's $2,000, but let's see. Exactly. Nice. Very cool version of this. Hey, thank you. That's one that my vocalist and I, that recording right there was not actually from a live performance. That was actually Kingers. I'm glad to see you. I'm hoping that you might have some news for me, some good news, I'm hoping. Let's see, what was I saying? Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that's one that my vocalist, Scott, and I worked on to create a ska or a reggae version of that song, because our band does a lot of ska and reggae style music. We're almost exclusively a cover band when we play out live in front of people at bars and such. And we do never play here in our hometown, and there's a reason for that. And we don't need to get into that. But a new, some kind of good news is that a new club is opening up, or not a new club, a club that we've played at probably 100 times, close to that. Not 100 times, that's a very bold statement, but they're reopening. COVID closed that business, unfortunately, and we've all been suffering with the scraggly dues of clubs that have opened up around here, and expect, and I'm going to say this out of all due respect, because I do have friends that have worked there and that do work there, but they expect bands to play for virtually nothing. And my band doesn't do that. We owe it to ourselves and all of the work that we've done to sound like we do, which is what you're hearing, to be paid a fair wage. I don't work for $4 an hour. I'm sorry, I just don't. So, but the new club is opening up, and they're going to do live music again, and we're all really stoked to get to play there again. It's a place called 10 Depot, and look them up. I believe they have a Facebook page now, and you look them up and support them. They're a small town club, but they have the best meals. And if any of you are familiar with her, I have a very good friend who has been an important part of my channel as it was building. Her name is Erica, Miss Erica Litke. She is the head chef. And as far as I know, she will be the head chef at 10 Depot. So any support that you offer 10 Depot will help her, and they make the best. She is, I've eaten her food so many times, and she's amazing. And she's a sweetheart, and she's a wonderful musician. And my band may be backing her up at some point in time. We'll just see, maybe a couple of us. All right, so we made it through that. Let's go to a different one here, and I'm going to bring my vocal mic back just a bit again. I got a little bit loud. I'm sorry about that. I'm not sorry. So here is another song that we are working on as a band, and I'm going to pull up my Tone Master Pro again and make it nice and big for you. So let's talk about this. This patch that I have right here. Hopefully you can see clearly. Intro, verse. And so what I've done is I've set up scenes. So when the song starts, I have it programmed. So like if I'm on a different, let's see, I went from my main rig. So this is my main guitar rig. And so this is what I can play almost every song that we have. Right, so for all of our stuff, I can go from a clean... Boy, my guitar is just really not wanting to stay in tune tonight. It's time for new strings, I can tell you that. Right. All right, so this I've got... all sorts of different variables. Boost function. I've got a sustain, so I've got my delay patch, right? I got a phaser. Make everything sound cooler. Right, and then I've got a chorus effect. And then I've got a flanger. Right, okay, so I've got this. Now I go to this foot switch mode button, and I want to find another song that we're working on right now. This one. And I'm just going to go ahead and play along with it. Here we go. Oops, here we go. I've got a... did the solo. Yeah, that was a rehearsal that we had. And that recording that I captured was actually the first time our band had ever played that song together as a four-piece. We'd all stayed home and did our homework, and we got together, and that literally was the first time we had ever played that together. And that's how it came across at rehearsal. And so now I'm able to come home with the multi-track recordings and mute my guitar. And believe me, my original performance on that was terrible. It was brutal. I had worked very hard, but thank you, Kingers. Oh, let me, yeah, nobody should work for free or a low wage. It's just the amount of money that a bar is charging for a beer anymore. And, you know, it's interesting that the bars around here have been, it's interesting and sad because they've been kind of spoiled by having people come in and play for free. And then they expect a well-established band to come in and do the same thing. And it's just, you know, the music quality, I believe, has unfortunately taken a downturn. And we've found other places. We have to travel, but we found other places that realize the amount of work that we put into it. And so we're really happy to have that opportunity and to be able to work on stuff as hard as we do, because we all love playing so much. So that's why we don't play here in our hometown, but hopefully that will change in the near future. We probably won't get booked at 10 Depot. They'll let all the old school people play there that have played there many, many, many times, but we'll probably get booked. Thank you. My knees hurt. I appreciate that. Mr. Rock, I appreciate that. Kingers, let's see. Good news so far. New strings, added a spring, leveled out the Floyd, re-intonated. And we'll see if it stays good now. Okay. Yeah, that having two springs on a Floyd Rose is pretty, I don't know. I've never done it. And I've got my my Ibanez sitting here. And in fact, I should probably grab that and just show you, because Kingers called me the other day, just so y'all know, and had a question about his Floyd Rose system not staying in tune. He'd bend a note and pull back on it and stuff, and it just wasn't staying for him or staying in tune. And he told me that he only had two springs on that, which it could work, but I've always used three springs on mine and I have had no problems. And I think I told him, you know, I could grab mine off the wall and hit it and it's probably perfectly in tune. And I'm pretty sure that I could prove that. I may have to eat my words. But okay, so let's just talk a little bit about what I have going here with regard to how I'm able to do this. And ask me any questions you'd like. And if you are if you play live music or even if you're playing with other musicians for a rehearsal or just getting together, I cannot recommend enough the Behringer XR18 or the Midas versions. They make an X32 and the Midas 32, which those units are being used in clubs across the country. Whether you have a silent stage, if you're using in-ear monitors, which our band is primarily using, yeah, Miss, I do too. In your mother's basement. I got a joke with you. The XR18 for $459, it is a fantastic piece of gear. You might look into them and just see. If you need a new audio interface for doing live streams or recording in your studio, the XR18 also operates as a audio interface. It records at 48,000 24-bit. Which is where everybody should be recording in this day and age. So also it gives you 16 microphone line ends, and it gives you 2 auxiliary ends that are also TRS to record a stereo track. So it's plenty enough. Now we mic our drum kit up with 6 microphones at every single show, regardless of how big or small the club is. We run both my guitar in stereo, which is what you're hearing now. So you got a full stereo guitar sound, and I'm doing that with my Tone Master Pro, and I can tell you a little bit more about that as we move forward, but this thing is awesome. So we have all, Scott and I's vocals are individually mic'd, obviously. We have a room mic set up that's pointed at the audience, and we feed that into the in-ear monitors that our drummer and vocalist use to kind of make them feel like they're in the room. And it's really a cool thing. If you use in-ear monitors, put a room mic up and do that. I know you've heard that on many people's. I'm going to reiterate that. That's really cool to do. We have a omnidirectional mic that it's a cheap Behringer mic. We point it at the audience, and that way when people clap or applause with the IEMs that our drummer and vocalist, they hear them, and they can see them and all of that. So it's really cool. So our bass is he uses an amplifier on stage, and basically that is just his bass monitor. We don't like to run the bass through the floor wedges just because there's not enough oomph there to give it that low end that he needs to hear. We run the bass direct into our board and then send that out through the master bus through a 118 sub and two 15-inch mains in stereo. And our mix is totally stereo. We have the drums mic'd up again with two overheads in an XY pattern. And so they're, we've messed around with the phase a little bit to make sure all of that's good. And we have it set up so that it's audience perspective. The way it's mixed. So the overheads are with the XY pattern. The overhead that's pointed at his hi-hat is on the right side of the audience, and the overhead that's pointed at his ride or his floor time is on the left side. So the audience hears when he does a drum fill across the kit, you can see him and hear him moving that direction. So it's really super cool. And the software for it is really fantastic. It's not terribly difficult to learn to use the XR18, but that device is what I'm able to use to be able to rehearse like I'm doing right now. All of the drums that you're hearing on this were recorded live. And in fact, let's do this. I'm going to Okay, I'm going to solo the drum track so you can hear our drummer's part on this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the drum track all by itself. So you can hear the band in the background, which there's no drum kit that you can mic up that you don't have that. So what? And again, this is the first time that he ever played that with us. So he's locking in and getting used to it. And none of our parts are perfect, right? So we've got that we can do. And we've got the bass line, right? We can solo that, just solo the bass and guitars. To mix. So it allows me to come home and practice this stuff. So, you know, and this is, you know, again, it's just, if you play in a band, boy, this piece of equipment, and it's again, it's made by Behringer, and I realize that that company has had a very misconstrued judgment placed on them that everything they make is crap. Well, you're hearing proof and hearing live performances and hearing me be able to rehearse with the live performance by owning a $450 piece of gear. So I can't say enough about it. It is a very, very cool piece of equipment. So I highly recommend that if you need something like that, definitely look into the Behringer. And again, there are the Midas versions of the same thing that are more expensive, and I don't know. We can get into the whole discussion about what's better, but what I'd have to say about that, and I'm just going to touch on this briefly, is that if you have an audience in front of you and you bought an XR18 and you've got your band running through it, there is not one person, and I don't care if it's Chris Lord Alge or what's his name, Spectre, Glenn Fricker, Justin Mai, Mark Tanner, my dad, Smiling Bill Keenum, or me, sitting out in the audience that would go, I can tell that you're not running through a Midas version of piece of equipment. There's no, in my humble opinion, spending more on equipment can sometimes be a detriment. And what Jamprosound just said is the best one to use is the one you have in front of you. Yep. And again, my point is also in that respect is that there is no one that will be able to tell you that you're not playing through a very expensive piece of equipment. I'm sorry. If you have it mixed well, you're hearing what our live sound sounds like if you're sitting in front of us. And literally, that's what the audience is hearing with very, very small amounts. I put a little bit of reverb on the drums, I think, in the mix that you're hearing. And I may have turned the vocals up or down ever so slightly. Literally, that's how simple it is. You're hearing what our audience hears when they sit in front of us and listen to us at a show. So this allows you to do that. And I have all of our, I just this week built the rack that our Behringer 18, our XR18 sits in, the Wi-Fi router for it. It has a Furman power conditioner, which keeps our power all clean and avoids us having any ground loops. And also it has space for a new 4-channel in-ear monitoring system that we will purchase likely later next summer. And the whole band will eventually be using in-ear monitors, minus our bass player. He may not want to do that. Even if you could tell, yes, set of ears that can tell. The rest of the crowd is having, yeah, that's it. It's just like gambling. If you can control yourself, you can stop the insanity on buying gear. Yep. And that's it. And, you know, I'll also bring to the point that our band, while we do not have a silent stage, and this is a conversation that I had with Jampro, I think today, it was today or last night. Silent stages are, they number one, they don't exist. There's always somebody hitting something that makes noise, but they are pretty fucking quiet. And with everybody wearing in-ear monitors, everybody's in their headphones, it sounds like a CD that they're playing along with, which is what I'm getting right now. It's awesome. I don't have a drummer here smacking on drums. However, to be able to have on this device, every one of my bandmates has a program on their phone, and I know this has been said, and you've watched probably other YouTube channels, but I just want to testify. Everybody mixes their own monitors on either their cell phone or a tablet, like I have sitting here. This is the main tablet that I use for running front of house, and like at our last show at AK's Mercado, and I'm going to advertise a couple of venues here coming up. So, but I'll get to that. We were playing a song that Scott did not play guitar on. He plays guitar for most of the night, but there are a few songs that only have one guitar, like No One Knows and Hysteria by Muse, like one or two other songs in our set list. While he was singing, I saw him do this, and it was so weird because Scott is avidly against anybody having a cell phone or a iPad on stage. He reached, bent down, picked up his phone, opened up his app, and while we're playing, he was mixing his in-ear monitors while we were playing live and just totally dialed them in to exactly, which he hadn't really taken the time to do that. This is really new equipment. He has his own individual monitor mix. Anything he does on his doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect our drummer or our bass player. And just sat there while he was singing. He had a moment when he wasn't singing, he brought the guitar and he made my guitar louder than everything else, which is his job to do, because my guitar has to be louder than everything else in the mix at all times. That's a rule. It's an unspoken rule, but it's a good one. But nonetheless, he was able to mix his in-ear monitors, and we set our system up several days after that, or a week and a half after that, and we hooked everything up exactly the way it was at that show. And when he put his in-ear monitors in, it sounded absolutely the same as it did at the last show. And so now his IEMs, unless somebody like changes something dramatically in their equipment, his IEMs are going to sound, his mix every single time we walk on stage, all of us are going to hear the exact same thing with very minute differences. So, how did I play that? Bill, very smartly. How did the Beatles do it at Shea Stadium or wherever they played with 0 PA? Good grief. Yeah, I get you. And Bill he's still to this day playing guitar, and you guys may have seen him on some of my live streams. He's a very an amazing guitar player, finger picker and stuff. He even does the whole fingernail stuff. He's been playing likely more and longer than most of us watching tonight. So everybody say hi to Smiling Bill. He's a very good friend of mine. I love that man very much. And he knows it and I know it. So, let's talk about a little bit about what the XR18 does for me at live shows. Now, again, I mentioned that I have this tablet here. And one other thing is that do not buy an Android tablet, and I don't recommend buying an Apple product either, just because I can't stand Apple products. But this is a Windows tablet, and the reason I say don't buy an Android tablet is because the software that works with the XR18 does not work on an Android tablet. It's absolutely exhaustingly, terribly, it's crap. They force you to use a third-party app, and it just, not force you, but the app that is sold with this, which is called XR Edit, is hands down in my home. This is my opinion, but it is the best software to operate this stuff. And I do everything with a pencil, touchscreen, and I can solo stuff. And I'm not going to turn this on right now, but what this allows me to do is I can walk out, and this is how I set it up at shows. And I actually haven't used this Windows tablet at a show yet, which that time is coming. And also this Windows tablet, the Fusion tablet, it's very difficult to find a good holder for it. So I'm waiting until something comes out that works better than this one, because it's kind of garbage. But what it allows me to do is when we start the night, and we break into a song that doesn't require me to play a lot of guitar on it. Scott can play guitar. And I take this device and I walk out in the audience. I got to hook my, give me a second. Okay, so it's saying I'm a little bit low. That's interesting. It's not too low. It still does beep once in a while. So I'm able to take this out and into the audience with me, and I sit down next to the hottest girl that's sitting out there, and I can mix my band from front of house. I can literally sit there and get everything just perfectly dialed in. And while I'm there with my wireless guitar rig, I can play a little bit. Right? And I can get myself sort of mixed, you know. So, but anyway, it allows a band member to go out front and get the band mixed really nicely for whatever room you're in. So we've already established our gain structure for each instrument and each vocalist. So we have to touch 0 gain knobs at a show, 0. And if something is off, it's because somebody in the band has adjusted the level of their output of their device, and all I have to do is say, "Hey, you got to turn that down," because I can tell that you're louder or you're not loud enough. And everybody pretty much has their settings set pretty permanently on their amplifiers and such. So we don't have an issue like that. Oh man, yeah. Whew. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, Smiling Bill and I have both lost some very good friends, and it's been a sad, since September, it's been a sad few months for me. I've lost 3 good friends and family. So y'all, you know, send us some hopeful thoughts and good vibes. Still, both of us are still processing not being able to call my Uncle Steve. I can't just call him anymore, and so it's been, you know, it's been tough. So there you go. So what I'm going to do now is, if you guys have any questions or are curious about any of the settings about my ToneMaster Pro, anything like that, please let me know. I'm going to go to my, let me see. I'm going to open, I'm gonna plug my ToneMaster Pro into my computer. Give me just a moment here. USB port for that. There it is. All right, so now my ToneMaster Pro is plugged into my my computer, and you guys might find this really cool. So I'm going to open up the program that allows me to adjust my ToneMaster Pro, I think. Yeah, there it goes. And let's see if I can face and track control panel. All right. So here is what you're seeing on my ToneMaster Pro. 97 is my main rig, and over here are all my presets. So I've made up a preset for the song Lonely Boy. So I can... right? I can go to Fire on the Horizon, and when that song starts, I simply come in with... Then I can go to Careless Whisper, and when that song starts, I come in with... distortion. What's the change for that riffage? I'm not sure I understand. Distortion on stereo. Let me show you how, I'm going to show you in this how I'm achieving my stereo field. It happens right here in, and I'm going to make this full screen. My stereo field happens here. So Let's go back to my, I'll just go back to my main rig. So this is my main guitar rig that I play everything on. And if I want to use a wah pedal, I just step on my wah. If I want to turn the overdrive, I think. Yeah, there we go. Got a sustainer. Okay, so my stereo field comes in, and all it is a time-based stereo field. So I don't have any modulation or anything, and I could, but right here I've inserted, and all of the effects after this are all stereo. So this flanger is a stereo flanger. This chorus is a stereo chorus. This delay is a stereo delay, and the reverb is stereo. So I don't destroy my my stereo field. And the way I do this, here are my, here's the input. So I've got both of these dimed, and I've got my input pan to the left and to the right, which I technically don't have to do at this point, but here I have a delay pedal set with the feedback at 0 and the time at as slow as I can make it, or as fast as I can make it. Mackie is not great on Android. Yeah, I get that. Captain Ray, thanks for dropping in tonight, man. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. So I have this set fully wet. The mix is 100% wet. So what I can do here is, and then on this side, this is where stuff gets weird because of the effects, but nonetheless, I have A and B panned. So if I turn down A all the way, there I have that. And I just got asked about the spillover switch on, because I don't want the spillover to happen on my stereo field because it never shuts off. So I have no purpose in using that. And those effects that don't have it, yeah, I have the spillover turned off because this pedal never gets turned off. So it's always on. So in my distortion channel, yeah, there's no tails on this. If you look at the feedback is completely off. And if I turn this pedal off, now the balance of the volume will get wrong, but now it's mono. And then I turn the delay back on. And then, you know, when I use my echo, I get a nice big broad stereo. Or the chorus effect. So I've got a really nice, beautiful stereo field, regardless of having a clean tone. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, dude, I totally get it, man. Let's see. I need to, now, what I am going to do, I'm going to change patches, and then I'm going to come back to 97. I did not save the changes that I just made. So now my mix is going to be set to where it was before. Okay, and Mr. Rock, to answer your question about the tone. Now, you can see that right now, the only thing I have on, the only thing that's on right now, this is my vocalist's patch. We run his microphone through this so he can turn on and off a delay for his voice. And we're also running through this really nice preamp to give it some, that thing, this is amazing. This is a really cool effect. So his vocal runs through this and then out to our mixing board. So he can, when I tap tempos in, like you can see the time adjustment right there. Now, if I tap on this, now the tempo has changed. So whatever tempo quarter notes we're tapping, his delay times are always in time with the tempo of the song. So that's the guitar, my vocalist patch. But this is the tone that you're hearing. Right? And this is it's a Marshall, a British Jubilee head, and this is where my settings are. And the Jubilee heads are notoriously bright. So oftentimes guys will even cut the treble down to like 2 here. But as you can see, I've got the gain kind of turned up pretty good, and I've got the master volume turned up very good. So that's my guitar tone. Right? And then, you know, I've got this Royal Tone, which is the King of Tone mimicked pedal. And I'll use that to just kind of fatten up. When I'm playing leads, it really fattens up the high. It makes those notes have a little more substance, a little bigger, a little fatter. And I think on this pedal, if we look at it, yeah, I've got the tone kind of rolled back and the presence rolled back because I wanted to fatten up my tone. And I have it set to an overdrive, not a boost. So, and I don't have it set to distortion. So that's ultimately my tone. It's just the amplifier. So there's my distorted tone, which is this amp again. I know you've already seen this. And then my clean tone is this amp. And I can... And both of these, you'll notice that I have the EQ kind of set to be pretty fat with a lot of low end. And I brightened up the presence on this one versus my other distorted. Yeah, these things are not cheap. And, you know, the way, I'll also just add to that statement. They aren't cheap. They're about $1,700 if you buy one just straight from a dealership. I would recommend buying from Sweetwater, but because I've done so much business with those guys, they're amazing. I can't sell them at my shop because we can't sell Fender products at a market value. Because Fender sells either direct or they're only associated with corporate dealerships, not the best dealerships in the world, which are the small town shops like the one that I have that can actually help you with your products. Guitar Center will sell you something and wave goodbye. Okay, having said all of that, the way Mr. Rock, that question. Let me answer that in a moment. But what I will say is that this device that I purchased was paid for by the work that I did playing live shows. The shows that I played, while I'm playing shows during the summer months, I'm also working 35 hours a week plus teaching guitar lessons additionally. So my average work week is about 55 hours. I'm not married. I don't have any children. I don't have a girlfriend. So all I have is my cat, and all he cares about is getting fed at 8 o'clock at night, which I didn't feed him tonight. So he's probably mad as hell at me right now. He's all right. He's sitting here chilling. So it paid for itself ultimately. And I was using my good old fashioned pedal board and my Hughes Kettner amp, and I was using it much the same way I use this. This thing, hands down, I think is one of the best guitar investments I have ever made. And I am not kidding. This thing is really, really magic. And I have friends who have purchased other products, the NuX product. If you have questions about those, you could ask Jamprosound. 2 cats and no life. I have 1 cat, and this is my life right here. So let me get this. There we go. So yes, to answer your question, are you using everything from the box? Is it worth the value you think? Absolutely, 100%. This thing is killer. And, you know, just sitting here, I could build myself a new amp setup, and I could choose to play through a Fender Deluxe Reverb, or a 59 Bassman, or a Princeton Reverb, or an AC30, or an EVH 5150 Blue Channel or Red Channel, or a Bogner, or a Friedman. I mean, yeah, and that question, I was almost there, Mr. Rock. That's a great question. What made me choose this was the size, the pedal disbursement. I'll increase the size of this. So the thing about the fractals is that the pedals are far too close to one another. As you can see, when I step on these things, I have to be pretty accurate, but I don't have to worry too much about stepping on pedals that I don't mean to step on. And it definitely happens, don't get me wrong. But in the process of learning to use this thing, I have set the pedals up so that if I do that, it's not a big deal. If I do that, it's not a big deal, right? This is like a good old-fashioned pedal board where none of the patches are like crazy different from other ones. And in fact, my main pedal board, it's just like my old pedal board. And I've got the effects and all this stuff run almost as if it was my old pedal board. On my old pedal board, my overdrive pedal was right there. My echo pedal, my delay pedal, turn it on and off, was right there. My wah pedal was always right there. So that's what made me choose it more than anything, was the spacing of the pedals. I don't have to worry about stepping on 2 pedals at once. And believe me, it has happened. I've accidentally hit 2 pedals and made some strange stuff happen. But the more use I get out of it, the more I'm learning how to be very precise in my use of the pedals. So that is, Mr. Rock, that is one of the biggest things. And also, it was less expensive than the Quad Cortex. And I will also add this. I ordered a Quad Cortex in 2019, I think, or 2020. And I canceled it because I didn't want to wait 9 months to get mine. Is Alexa cover light? Oh, yes. Somebody said something about that earlier. That's a great question. Yes, and doggone it, I cannot remember the name of the company. I bought this from a company based in Vancouver, Washington, I believe. And what Justin's talking about is our Jampro. This is a plexiglass cover that protects my pedal board from something dropping on it and breaking one of the small screens or the big screen. And I understand why Cosmos have them for 2 cussy. I'm not sure what you're speaking about, but that's some fancy. I got you. Yeah. I'm wearing some $65 Nikes, I think. Oh, wait, I misspoke. They're Under Armour. They're very comfortable shoes. I have to take very good care of my feet. The music store. Oh, I got you. Okay. I'm not. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have basically Guitar Center and, well, I'm not even gonna forget I said anything. I'm not gonna mention any corporate. I shouldn't have mentioned any corporate because I am anti-corporate stuff, especially with the crazy stuff that's going on. But The cover on this, let me also, Jampro, the Lexan cover, like you have, is it really necessary? And let me just share this with you. The first night that I did a show, the first night I played a show with this thing, I am not kidding. I had just bought the plexiglass, ultimately the plexiglass cover, and I put the cover on it that afternoon, and I went to the show. And during sound check, one of the guys in the band, our bass player, probably our bass player, no, I'm joking, but knocked our singer's vocal mic over, and he sings into one of those great big Shure metal looking things from the 50s, like what Elvis sang into. I can't remember the name of the model. I don't care, but it sounds great. That whole thing, bam, right on that. I can't hurt it. I'm punching this thing with everything I got, and I can't hurt the thing. So if you wonder whether or not this plastic cover is useful, and my neighbors downstairs are probably mad, I probably shouldn't have done that. But if you do buy one of these things and you're going to be taking it out and playing music with it or gigging with it, I cannot recommend enough that you buy a plexiglass cover for it. I cannot remember, doggone it, it's killing me that I can't remember the name. What are they called?
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
Reverb, what are they? SKB, Talon, Sweetwater, Seba. Let me, I'm going to put a link up here for, let me copy this. Okay. This is the company that I purchased my my cover for, and it has already saved me $1,400. Cosmo Music Stores, okay, 2 times bigger than Guitar Center. Good grief. For 1,800, see, I did 1,200. Yeah. The prices are going down. Yeah, and you know what? I'll also add, you know, as much as I hate corporate music stores, including Musician's Friend and all that. I mean, I have to do business with them because I can't buy stuff anywhere else. Which I'm a dealer, and I've been selling guitars for half of my life, and I can't buy shit from Fender for anything less than you guys can. It's ridiculous the way they've got us all bent over, and the people that have sold more of their products than probably anybody. I got sidetracked. I went on a tangent. Shut up, Marshall. What was I going to say? Oh, I guess it's not that important. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Tone Master Pro has just been a magical thing. Now, also about that device, GC stopped forcing customers to pay via wireless card tapping not long after my, I'll bet. Yep. Let's see. Wow. Well, stereo on my peaks. Captain Ray, Britain, yes, I am, absolutely. And what I will say about that, I realize that in a small venue, it's not that important that anything is run in stereo, and I get that, because those people sitting off to the left and right, if you're panning your guitar all the way to one side, the people on the other side of the room don't get to hear it, or they can't hear you. However, I do not do that. I am not doing that big of a stereo field. In fact, I never am playing my guitar and having my guitar come out of only one side of the PA. That never happened. This is as broad of a stereo field that I get is. And when I put a chorus effect on, let's say if I'm playing so it's not a big, huge, it's not a big, huge, broad, wide stereo field. We're all in there. Yeah, both of us are on quads. Okay, he's using the quad cortex. Yeah. You know, that's a great point. You know, I'm not using such a broad stereo field that, again, people on the left side aren't going to be able to hear me. I don't do that because I know better than to do that in a bar setting. We're not playing big, huge arenas. However, when we do play a small bar, I always tell the people I really like, sit right in the middle, because our drum kit is panned out in stereo, and it's a narrow stereo field. So, but my guitar is panned out in stereo, so you get that experience of a small stereo field, and I just think it's awesome, and it's not over the top. That's the stereo field that I have. You're hearing it. And again, let me just kind of, because it's the subject here, what I'm going to do here is turn off my, so this is instead. Let's double check. I'm going to turn the delay pedal off. So now I am totally, we'll just, I'm going to undo my stereo field. So now we're totally mono. And it sounds great. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like, especially sitting here at home playing, and if you missed on how I'm doing the stereo field, this is how I'm doing it. I've got a delay pedal on one side. I have two identical cabinets. I think I'm using a different mic on both sides to kind of create a little bit. I think I have a, let's see, I've got an SM57 on that one, and I got a Royer R121 set on this one. So I've got two different microphones, which will create a stereo field, subtle, but you know, I've got my mix set 100% on this digital delay, and the feedback set to 0. So, and the tone turned all the way off, so that I'm not affecting that tone at all with my I'm not changing the tone of my guitar with the delay pedal. I'm just taking the right channel of my signal and delaying it 30 milliseconds, which that's another thing that I would love to do. Is I would love, and I've been writing Fender about this, please make the delays able to be shorter than, if I go to my delay time and click on this, you can see that the slowest I can get is 30 milliseconds, right? And I could make it 249 milliseconds, and now stuff's going to get really weird. So it's really kind of a fun way to do it, and it's a real simple way. And there are, and Mr. Rock, I'll answer. How do you access? Okay, I will show you exactly how. Fred, dude, you got to get down. I know, I hear you. Are you starving? You look like you're gonna faint. You about ready to faint? Okay, come on, get down. I know, buddy. We'll get you dinner. Okay. let me show you how I am operating my wah pedal. I'm going to go to the expression assign button. Oh, let me show you my, here's the editing software for the Tone Master Pro. So I can go to my expression assign and I go to custom wah, right? And I go to switchless bypass, toe down. So what that means, I can turn it off and then my wah pedal will be either activated or unactivated. But the problem I have is that I do have it. It's a switchless bypass, ultimately, is what they call it. And so all I have to do, it's kind of like a bad horsey wah, but I have mine set so that let me get my so that you can see my foot on my wah pedal right here. I'm going to move this so that you can see it a little better. So here's my wah pedal, right? And you can see that when up at the top left of my Tone Master Pro on the screen, my wah is now on. When I push my toe down, it's off. And the reason I've done that is because I've played a Crybaby and a Voxes. I've broken more Voxes than shit, man. I've broken a lot of Vox wah pedals. I do not recommend them. They're very fragile. But that way, when I go to turn on my wah pedal, it's just like stepping on an old Vox, because I can just like literally. Just turn it off by pushing the pedal all the way forward, which is a natural motion of the classic wah pedals. Yeah. Captain, thank you. Oh, thank you for coming aboard, man. I don't go live very often anymore, but I really appreciate you being here and I appreciate you subscribing. And I'll do the same. Now, Captain Ray, if you have a moment, what band are you with? And feel free to share that information because I will find your channel and go. I will look you up. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, the Mr. Rock. This is a Fender brand expression pedal. Oh, you don't have anything. Okay, no problem, brother. I was going to say, but I still will go and subscribe to your channel. Just maybe you'll start putting stuff up. Where should I be sitting at? All right, man. I appreciate you being here tonight. Where should I be sitting at my house? In a chair? Is that the correct answer? I do want to cover this also. Where is it? It's No One Knows. Check this out. Wow, what happened? Holy crap. The Tone Master Pro has a new option, and it's this. This virtual capo right here is, I think, one of the most powerful things they've done in a while with regard to an update on this, because they had they have a chromatic tuner that you can use to change the pitch of your instrument, but for a song like No One Knows, it's tuned to E standard, right? Well, I don't have enough. Well, not that I don't have. I'm not going to take an extra guitar with me just to have a C-tuned guitar when I can do this. Let me do this. I'm going to save this. Okay. So this capo pedal is really super cool. So right now I'm set to I'm tuned down 4 half steps. So yeah, let's make it an octave. And if I set the mix to 50%, now, what I will say this, it's almost his birthday. Yeah. Oh, dude, Fred's got the Coupe de Grace here. He's all I got, so he gets the best of everything. But with this capo pedal, a lot of times with pitch transposing pedals, there's some latency involved. And I can tell you that this, for the amount that this thing does, the latency is virtually unrecognizable. And I mean, there definitely is some. There's no way, I don't know if there's a way to not have latency when you're pitch transposing at least this far. Not to mention polyphonically switching. This is not just a single note. As you guys most people know, those octave pedals made by, the electronics place in New York, they've made a lot of octave pedals, and they're just crap. They don't track well. Yes, my Nieser is a drop pedal. That's exactly what this is. And it's also a 12-string. Yes, that's a great, let's see, 2 whole steps. This will go 1 octave both directions. It doesn't go 2 octaves both directions, although there is an effect on here that will go 2 octaves. And in fact, I'm using that on Killing in the Name. Let's see. Yes, so here's what I can do with this. Check out what I can do. So I go to Expression Assign, and I go to, let's add, so we're gonna go to this, and we're gonna confirm it. And then we're gonna go select parameter. I don't think, let's see, I thought I could, yeah, I want that. I don't remember parameter mix. Maybe I can't. Maybe it won't let me. All right, so yeah, okay. Let me show you. Let me go back to this. I gotta get rid of that. Let's throw that away. Okay, okay. So I'll show you how. Give me a second here. We're gonna turn that on, -4, and okay. Let me save this patch again real quick. This is my normal. No one knows. Let's go to Killing in the Name. Give me a second here. No one knows. Blinding Lights. Let's go. Where's Killing? Killing in the Name. Okay. So check this out. Well, there's your whammy pedal. And I have it set for single octave. So let's see if we're playing the guitar solo in Killing in the Name. Right, so there's your pitch shifter. Lars, hello, man. Decided to whammy pedal. Oh yeah, that's where it's at. That's where we just went there. And you know, I haven't really used. I own a Digitech whammy, and I love that pedal. But I haven't used it enough. I bought that in 2010 when I bought my first Les Paul, and Tom Murillo at that time was top of the food chain with respect to being the creative guitar players out there, and I absolutely fell in love with that pedal, and I used it a lot back then, but I haven't used it much. But we just started covering Killing in the Name. And that one is in drop D, so I can't really play it right now, but there you go. So yes, you can assign it to a whammy pedal, which is exactly what I've done. And, you know, so on this patch, you know, I'm assigned, my wah pedal is assigned to the whammy. But if I go to my main rig, my wah pedal is now. Yep, Frocta FM9, yeah. Those are cool too, man. I had a guy, we played at an open jam, an honorable jam for our fallen bass player who left us. Talking about a lot of people who left us recently, but nonetheless. And a guy brought the electro harmonics. There you go, Bill. Those things track like absolute garbage. Yeah, Mr. Rock, dude. That is something I absolutely love. This wah pedal. It is really fun. And Zakk Wylde being one of my biggest, hugest guitar heroes, you know, his wah this is so much like that. So I'm really blessed that they've set it up. There's not a lot. You can control the parameters of the foot switch and such. I'm not going to get that insane with editing. But yeah, Electro Harmonics, I bought one of their octave pedals or the pitch transposing. It was just garbage. It does not track well. Now, this stuff is definitely not perfect. Oh, really? It's not that large. Well, yeah, again, this is just a digital copy of a Crybaby is what this one ultimately, this wah pedal is supposed to be a Crybaby. Oh, and I have the range, actually, yeah, so there's the range. Yeah, I forgot that it had this, and this has got, it gets, it's a little bit. It gets a little. There's a point where it seems like it just doesn't work real great. I think I had it at low, mid. Now, what I'm going to do here, again, I'm going to leave this patch, and I'm going to come back to the main rig, and let's see, where was my rig? Yeah, so it's set to low mid. So that's where I've adjusted it to be right for me and the throw that it has. And you know, I'm sitting here messing with this stuff. And Lars, man, I appreciate you dropping in, dude. Those fractal stuff, I mean, dude, I got nothing bad to say about any of the equipment now. All of it is so killer. But this ToneMaster Pro really has opened up a big world of opportunity for me to be able to mess with my guitar sounds. And you guys may notice that if you look at the 2 amps on all of my rigs, the amps are all the same. I literally am only using 2 different amp sims on my whole rig, literally. Let's see, yeah. I'm literally using 2 different amps sims. And I have, I pretty much in a normal show, I will go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll basically go through 11 different patches. Dude, Lars, you just said it. It's all great anymore. Let me see. Okay. So it's hard to find anything that just sounds bad. And I've been sitting here messing with this thing for a while. Let me go back to this should. Okay, what did we just do here? What do we get? Give me a second here. What did we just do? Oh, is that no? Oh, that's what we did. Yeah, there we go. Now I got that shut off. Okay. Okay. My voice, I know, just might have gotten a little bit louder, which is fine. But I want to play a little bit real quick, and I got to find a backing track that I can play along. Preston, hey man, good to see you too. Oh God, whew. You lucky dog. 51 Gibson, woo. Yeah, that's almost as old as anybody would ever get to play. I'm going to play a little bit here and see. I don't know what this backing track is or what key it's in or anything. So let's just see what I can come up with here. It should work. That was fun. Nice. This pedal is just super fun. All those sounds that I can get out of this thing are just incredible. And I'm really grateful to Fender for developing something this powerful. And man, shocking. And, you know, that coupled with all of the other equipment that music has been able to provide for me to mess with and play with and learn and spend time with doing that stuff versus other stuff. I feel lucky. So, and Lars, thank you, man. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah, you know, and I haven't, I think I was going to say something earlier and I kind of got sidetracked, but I have not even touched any of the presets in the pedal. I think I can say that in all honesty that I have not used any of the presets in it. I immediately went to the user presets and built my own amp tones. And it's funny because I'm watching on the internet and people are actually paying for presets. Help me understand. I mean, I realize that I'm single and I'm not married. I don't have children. The only responsibility I have in my life is to make sure that my clients are taken care of, which takes about 8 hours a day. And there's 16 other hours every day. And then my cat needs to be fed. So I'm able to sit down with this thing and just mess with it. And I take the time to do it. So much like I've spent time learning to use my DAW in an effective way. So that's a, I'm lucky. Been paid to build them for other folks. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because they don't have the same setup or the same guitar or the same speakers or anything. I mean, yeah, I help me understand that. You know, turn the mids up to here. Well, if you're playing through a different set of speakers, it is not going to sound like it did when that guy was playing it. If you're playing it, even literally a different Stratocaster made in the same factory on the same day, it's not going to sound the same. Yeah, and Preston, you just said it all. You don't have my hands. Not that I'm all that. Nobody's going to sound like me or you or anybody else. I do my best to try and sound as close to the guys that I love, and I don't touch it. I gotta be honest. So I do my best to just be respectful when I'm covering tunes. And when I play, I try and play my best and not hit bad notes and stuff like that. And I've spent decades studying this instrument. So there you go. So let's go back. Let's see. Let's see. I think this one. Yeah. What I want to play along with this song one more time because it's such a fun tune to play. Yeah, we're gonna give this one more run through. Here we go. I understand, dude. I hear you, Mr. Rock. Dude, I appreciate you stopping in tonight, man. It's great to see you. I haven't done live stuff for a while, so Gusty, Mr. Rock, dude, I appreciate seeing you again. How's the, let's see, where is it? Right there. How's your little, there's my background, right? I'm going to play along with this song one more time. And the crowd went home. Oh, that's such a fun song to play. That guitar solo took me a while to get it, but I got it finally. I'm gonna try one more just because I'm kind of practicing tonight. Where are you? Oh wait, there we are. Okay. Yeah, the bass line, that's a doozy. And you know, that bass line that was the first time I'd ever heard our bass player play it. That was a month ago, it was a little over a month ago. And man, he absolutely killed that thing. All right, I should be able to try this one again. Yeah, and you know, another thing that I have going on that patch, which is kind of fun, is where'd you go? Hang on. You don't need to see Reaper. Let me stop that. We're going to open the Tone Master Pro. So I've got this feedback thing going on it. It's on all the way through the song, except for I think in the verses. So, you know, like when I hit a note. So it takes a little bit for the feedback. Emperism, hello, man. Long time no see, brother. The feed, I have it set up to not go real quickly into the feedback, and I have the feedback kind of blended fairly light in the mix. But man, yeah, Lars. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, well, thank you for stopping in tonight, Lars. It's great to see you. Yeah, and I think your the gear reviews and demos thing, it's been fun to get to see you guys talk about stuff on your channel. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that I'm subscribed to you because it's fun to get to step away from something I might be in the middle of and spend some time with some learning something. It's really cool, and I appreciate your input on the fractals and the helixes and all that stuff, man. Anybody in today's world, and even the NUX stuff, anybody that says they can't get a good tone out of something, dude, I'm sorry. Really. So let's see. I'm gonna play one more song before I end tonight, and just because I can. Because I love playing so low, and I know I have a noise gate on my voice because I'm so far away from the mic. I don't want my guitar bleeding into the microphone while I'm playing. It just, and especially in this case, because let me see. Here's what my guitar sounds like. And if you heard both of those notes while I was playing this song, it would be pretty ugly. So here we go. didn't play that so clean. At the solo. You know, it's funny because I realized that after that was a rehearsal when we were sound checking our PA system. And I also, I want to show you all this. Let me, cat hole. I know he was just sitting there looking all glorious. Let me show you this. Here is my, my project, and here's the vocal. You can see the size of the waveform in there. Here's the bass. You can see the size of the waveform. If I unmute, here's my guitar. You can see the size of the waveform, right? And here are the drums. And so we're getting, these are the toms right here. These are the overheads right here. And I believe that these overhead, this is where we have the gain structure set. And on our board, I have the overheads just absolutely crushed with compression. And they're panned wide left and right. And they're panned in this mix. You're hearing it from your perspective, the audience perspective, as if you're facing the drummer. It bugs the hell out of him, but he does not have a stereo in-ear monitor mix, so it doesn't matter. But the audience, when he does a drum fill, they hear the drum set move from left to right or right to left, depending on what he does. So, but these are the recordings that my band gets when practicing live. This is a band practice, ultimately. That's all this is. This was a rehearsal that we did when we got together to get our gain levels set correctly. And so this is a rehearsal, these tracks here. However, here is an actual live show. And what you can see here is that the drums were clipping. And I believe this is the first night that we used the TMP. And let me mute. I'm gonna mute these. So I'm not sure what this is gonna. This could be terrible, but. That sounds pretty good. Let's hear something else. So the drums are a little bit too loud.
Well, I was walking down the street, went out the corner of my eye, I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She never seen a man who looked so all alone, and could you use a little company? And if you paid the right price, your evening would be nice, and you could go and send me on my way. You're such a sweet young thing, now why do you do this to yourself?
Okay, I'm gonna pause that right there, and keep in mind that what you're hearing right now is what an audience sitting out in front of my band hears coming out of the PA system within a few dB of everything. As I did, I just had to turn the drums down a little bit. But there you go. This is what our band produces from our own system and our own mix. And I am the front of house engineer for our band, but we've recently gone to our bass player. You got to walk out in front and tell me if it sounds good, because he's a young kid and he's got way better ears than me, I think. And so here we go. We'll continue. Mark, hey brother. Yeah, you can hear some clipping. And let me stop this right here. Let's see. Preston just commented on Scott's vocals, and I will tell you guys that Scott, I am so lucky to get to perform music with a singer who is as dedicated to his health and his ability to sing songs without missing stuff. He doesn't hit bad notes. Anybody that comes out to see our band play, nobody's going to walk home and go, God, that band was great, but the singer, in most cases, they'll be like, they need a new guitar player. I want to be very clear with that. Scott is an absolute, he's just, I'm so lucky to be able to work with a guy of his dedication to his own health, his ability to perform, and not to mention, he's also a guitar player. Let's go back to a song where we both play guitar on. That one, let me see. Let me look for something here. I don't know what song this is.
Give back, no driver, no headlights. No one.
This is Scott playing guitar at the intro.
Yeah, Seahawks.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Preston, email that, please.
The needle on my compass is spinning, imagination is winning. Can't keep my head right. There's something in the there's something in the way you're taking back. Maybe wanna try and push through. Oh, you got me feeling right. In the middle, you're staring out your window at night. Staring back at you too many times. I walked away without telling you, but now I'm telling you. You got me reeling, I can't touch the ceiling. I'm losing my mind, I don't even know the reasons. Enough the way to say, can't waste another day of my life out here in your name. Cause I'm lost up in the place, sleepless nights, been waiting for the day that I can't catch that flight. Enough the way to say, can't waste another day of my life out here in your name. Whoa, no. Skip back to the days I tried not to lose my ways. Details are kind of funny, the memories still remain.
I mean, this is a live performance at, where were we? I think we were playing at, this would have been at AK's Mercado in Walla Walla, Washington, one of the best clubs that we play. I want to give a big shout out to AK's Mercado. If you if you use Facebook, go to Facebook and type in AK's Mercado. Here's their logo. I've been wearing this hat because it's so fucking cool. And Andre, the owner, head chef, establisher of AK's Mercado, is one of the coolest people. He booked our band all through next year. We're playing there all year next year. And unless something weird happens, we're playing every single month there. And we kind of spaced them out just right. But AK's Mercado, they're in Walla Walla, Washington, and they've taken over as our band's favorite place to go play. So be sure to go visit them on Facebook if you use that type of social media. I'm sure they're on Instagram and such, but those guys, and the other thing, they take care of musicians. They pay us very well. and they feed us and they give us anything we want to drink or eat. And nobody in the band drinks much when we play at all. In fact, most times when we play, nobody drinks anything until after we're done playing. Scott never drinks. Jace, I can't remember if I've ever seen him with an alcoholic drink in his hand. I might drink a beer once every 6 shows while we're playing, 1 beer. And our bass player, he's wasted at every single show we do. So who am I kidding? He's a fucking bass player. No, I'm joking. He doesn't drink much either. He's a young kid and he takes very good care of himself. So we're very careful about that. We're pros. We don't plumb houses when we're drunk. Why should we play music when we're drunk, right? A doctor doesn't go in and offer surgery to somebody. They're being paid a very good wage for the service that they're providing. So there you go. We're very professional about that. You're not going to hire a drunk band if you hire some people to play. And also, so let's talk about some people's schedule. And then I'm going to have to get off of here and have a snack. And I got to feed this boy. He's definitely hungry. Look at he's going to faint. He hasn't eaten enough today. I can tell that he is ready to tip over and faint. But we're playing next Saturday at a place called the Underground Tap House in Tri-Cities, Washington. And it's our first time playing there. And the owner, Chris, and his sister, their ownership of the building, they've hired us to come in and play. And we gave them kind of a deal on our normal rate. Yeah. Hey, Fred, everybody's saying hi to you, buddy. You gotta, come on. You just say hello over here. Oh, hey. Oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't even know his own name. But anyhow, those guys have been super cool. They're doing some great promotion for us. And it's our first time again playing at that club. So we're really excited to get to be able to go in there and set up and do our stuff. And we may do a live stream. I'm not sure if we should do it at this show just because it's our first time there, but we will record the show just because we can. This new equipment has made it easy. So we're playing on December 21st at the Underground Tap House. Go on Facebook, go to their page and like them. They're just amazing people. And then on the 27th, we're playing back at AK's Mercado again, where you're hearing this recording, which there's some video of us playing there. I never worked for you. Man, dude, if I had even thought about showing up drunk, or if I smelled or even an inkling, I'd have been fired so fast. You don't fuck around with that stuff. Not here in Oregon. That is not cool. The being a plumber is a very respected trade, and we were I don't know, call us a brotherhood is kind of an overstatement. There's far too I don't know. I'm not a fan of the whole brotherhood thing, but nonetheless, and I mean that in the cop way, but nonetheless, because they're abusing people and our rights as humans. But nonetheless, yeah, we would never get drunk. But AK's Mercado on the 27th, 28th, 21st, 27th of December. So we're playing right after Christmas. So that should be a huge party. And we may do a live stream there. And I need to, I'm not sure if we can do it, but here's a new development that we're thinking about, at least in a way to get the audio from our shows onto a live stream as absolutely good as possible. And that is to use Sonobus, which if you don't know about it, you should learn, and send the audio to we'll call it a third party, send the audio to a third party and let them mix our audio at their home and broadcast the live stream from their home with the audio mixed while they're sitting in their living room while we're busy playing 300 miles away. Now, to get all that stuff to sync up, I have no idea, but it's an idea that we have, because I it would be great to have an audio engineer come help us with our sound, but that's it's not feasible, and we're not paid enough to add an extra member to our band. But if somebody did come over and help us engineer sound, we would absolutely not let them do it for free. That's not how we roll. So nonetheless, we've got some gigs coming up the next couple weeks, and then we won't play again until January sometime. We're pretty much going to be pretty slow over the winter until April and May is when things start to pick up for us again. So I'm really looking forward to that. So we have a lot of time to learn these new songs, which is why I have been practicing and sharing with you the wonderful software and hardware that I've come into, that I'm using now, that allows me to practice. The other thing is that you're hearing all these mixes. I can send any of this material to our drummer to work on his drum parts at his home by just muting his drum parts. Literally, I can go, okay, and there'll be some bleed through, but you want to hear that song without drums in it? Okay.
I know we tried, we said we talked, we could all discombobulated, and I don't know what to say. Ooh, oh baby, baby, you took me on a ride. I know that you be faded.
The bass player wants to practice his parts.
Running, circles in my mind to get another chance to tell you. Whoa, you got me feeling right. In the middle, you're staring at you with no night. Staring at you too many times.
Scott wants to practice his vocals. Okay, so there you go. The XR18, if you play in a band, get one. They are amazing, and they're very, very affordable. It's not a big, huge, heavy, expensive piece of equipment. It weighs about 2.5 pounds, and it's the size of smaller than a toaster. And they're just magnificent devices. So I could see that he is. And I got to check I should be, yeah, I'm back. By the way, if you can see that, that's my blood glucose, and I'm unhooked right now. I'm free. So I'm going to plug this back into my, careful, ab alert, yeah, 53, and I have abs. Okay, now I'm plugged back in, and my insulin's running now. My pancreas, say hello to my pancreas. It's awesome. So y'all, I'm gonna hit the hay, or I'm gonna hang up here, and I gotta feed my cat. I appreciate everybody being here, and be sure to hit the thumbs up. It helps. It helps maybe when I go live again that some of you will hear about it and see about it. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Mark, Justin, Preston. Man, there's a bunch of folks that were. My knees hurt. I don't know your real name, and that's fine. Lars, thank you for popping in. Empirism, it was great to see you again. Mr. Rock was here. Gusty Wells, holy smokes, you guys. I'm really grateful that y'all stopped in tonight, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. And there we go. We will talk to you soon. Peace.